Hello, hello.
Greetings. Sorry to be late. How are you?
We're fantastic. So how do I pronounce your last name?
I don't know. How do you pronounce it?
Meskimen.
That's right. That's how I pronounce it.
See, Meskimen.
We already have agreement. This is great.
This is a miracle because he's so bad with names. I mean, he really can't pronounce last names. Every week we have a problem.
He scored right away on mine, so that's great.
I think we worked on it for a while.
Okay, so hold on. Now we'll do our official intro. Hey, Astro. Hey, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented Jim Meskimen. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for those kind words.
We're excited to have you. Before we get started, let me introduce you, everybody. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
We got a lot of good stuff to talk about.
It's going to be fun.
You know, we're a conversation show. We don't ask stupid questions like most interviewers. Just think you're in Brooklyn now in the projects in my house, and we're having coffee and Entenmann's crumb cake. And we're just sitting around bullshitting like buddies do.
Okay. All right. Well,
Except for we're in Palm Springs now.
Yeah. I left the Red Hook Projects about 80 years ago. Really, I'm 82, and I left that project.
They probably have a shrine up to you there.
They do. They absolutely do. No, when I think about it, I can honestly say I left Brooklyn 80 years ago. Jesus.
Wow.
That's scary.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, but how do you get here so quickly is what I want to know.
I don't know. You sound like you just left Brooklyn a month ago.
I do. I go back because I make money. This is when I work. They pay for my accent because it's an antique New York, Brooklyn accent. So I'm cast in movies all the time as the mafia guy, tough guy from New York.
Tough guy from New York. Sure. I understand that. Yeah, it's
valuable. Really?
It's a real, it's a
No. Anyone that tries to do it, I cringe. Yeah. Because they don't do it correctly. You have to really be raised there to know how to do it. Fine. There's a certain sing-song.
Wait, where are you from, Jim?
I'm from Los Angeles, but I lived in New York and Manhattan for 10 years.
Right, but Manhattan speaks better. They speak real English.
Real English. Hold on. So we have a chat room full of people. Just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everyone in the chat room. Hello.
There you go. That was good. So, by the way, so you guys, you can follow Jim on Instagram, and his Instagram is at Jimpressions, JIMPRESSIONS. And I'm assuming because you're a voiceover artist and you do a million voices, that's why you're called Jimpressions on Instagram.
That's kind of my thing. I'm best known for doing people like George W. Bush. That was president. He was also from Brooklyn. You can tell it in my voice.
Bush wasn't. He's not from Brooklyn.
He's joking.
Come on,
Rob.
I don't know. I never liked Bush, so I never followed much about him.
So hang on, you guys. I want to do some bragging for Jim a little bit. So you guys, first of all, as a voice artist, he's in every major cool cartoon that you've ever seen. Especially, I'm a superhero freak, and I collect all the action figures. But some of the ones he's in: Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, Big Top Scooby-Doo, Justice League Doom, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. He's also a voiceover actor in a ton of great movies like X-Men First Class, Transformers, Dark of the Moon. He's done all kinds of great things, and he's worked, which we'll talk about some of the films and stuff that you've worked on because you've been in so many of them. And another claim to fame that you have is that your mom is actually the mom of my generation. Marion Ross from Happy Days, the Golden Globe Emmy-nominated actress. So you come from good stock, and congratulations on her success and your success.
Thank you. I just saw her. She's doing great. She said, sends her love, says hi.
That's awesome.
Good. Say hi back because I came near to meeting her once.
Near to meeting?
Well, at the studio.
Yeah.
She was walking with the other lady. Oh my God, the actress. And they were rushing by me quickly, and I sort of said hi, and they waved, and they walked by. Who was the other actress? She had a TV show also. Oh God, I can't think of her name. Anyway, your mother looked terrific. She still does. She's really little. I didn't know she was such a frail-looking woman.
Well, she's not really
No,
frail.
I'm 6 foot, so anybody that's
No,
underneath,
that's
I
not
see.
frail.
Okay. Well, by
You
those
mean
standards, yeah.
tiny.
By
I
those
don't.
standards, we're
Maybe
all
not.
frail.
Frail is the wrong word. That means
Tiny.
Frail means
ill. What I
weak
meant,
and insubstantial.
no, wrong word. See, from
Okay.
Brooklyn, we don't know anything.
Let's
No,
back it up.
I meant she was very feminine and light and little.
That's
You know what
much
I mean?
better. Yeah.
No, but that's
Petite,
what I was going for. Not sickly frail.
not
No,
frail. She
on
looked like she was at death's door.
on film she appears much larger, much bigger, and much stronger.
Taller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depending on how closely you're sitting to the screen. Yeah, I know.
No. You know, so many. Now, were you ever on Happy Days?
I was one time when I was 17. My mom helped me get a job, and I'm in the famous Jump the Shark episode.
Oh, wow.
I'm the one who says that there is a shark. I'm the first person to mention that there is a shark penned up out in the ocean that
Who's
later
that?
on Fonzie jumps over with water skis.
He
You must have
jumps
had
over
such
a
a cool.
shark.
Yeah, it was
Is this
great.
news to you?
Well, you know what? When your mother's show came out, I was already old.
I
So
wasn't.
my children watched it. I didn't
Okay.
because it was a kid show for me. I was
Okay.
already in my 40s.
Mhm.
So maybe late 40s. Probably late 40s. Imagine.
I watched it. She was like the mom. Like that was like the family I wanted to be a part of when I was growing up. So I thought it was like fabulous. And so was that the beginning? Like how long have you actually been working in Hollywood? Was that the beginning of your acting career?
You know, I don't really count that because that was you know, just me getting in the show. I think it had more to do with mom's pull than with my acting ability. And it doesn't take a lot of acting ability to run and say, "They got a shark out there. It's got it pinned up until Marine Land can come and pick it up."
You still remembered your line. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know,
Listen,
I worked on that one.
when you talk to your mother, tell your mother we would love to have her come on our show because I have so many of the vintage Hollywood actresses, and I consider her a vintage Hollywood actress because she did work in film before she did Happy Days.
I
So
know.
so she's an actress of vintage quality, and
Yes.
I was dear friends with Jane Russell and all of the big movie stars of that era. You know,
Mhm.
Lauren Bacall was a bud. So I grew up in that era, and I'm so happy that I did because I was around all the big stars of Hollywood when Hollywood was golden. And I consider your mom part of that golden era of Hollywood.
Definitely.
Uh,
She worked with Cary Grant, Noel Coward,
I mean,
Tony
oh my
Curtis,
God,
Rick Rubin.
she's got to come on the show. We love Cary Grant. I adore.
Well,
Never met him.
you never met Cary Grant, but you can have an opportunity right now. We can pretend that
Yeah,
I'm Cary Grant.
but
And we can
my,
have a little conversation. What would you ask? What would you ask Cary Grant, Ron? What would you
I
say?
would say to Cary Grant, when I was growing up, I wanted to be Cary Grant. I wanted to look like him, dress like him, have his suaveness, his beautifulness. He was a fabulous personality, and
Well,
I
you
would
know
love.
what?
And he was gorgeous.
And it's a famous quote of Cary Grant's that even he would like to be Cary Grant.
I think Cary Grant did say that once that
He
he
did.
would like to be Cary
I wish
Grant.
I was Cary Grant. Yeah,
Right,
because he
he did.
portrayed this
Yes,
incredible,
exactly. Yeah.
sexy,
Well, I'd love to
worldly.
talk to your mother about that, being with Cary Grant. Nobody knows these things. They think that Marion Ross was just the mom on that show. What's
Happy
it called?
Days.
Happy Days. But no, she was a vintage. She was around for quite. When did your mom start working? Back in the 30s, 40s.
No, she was born in 28, so
So
she
she was
got a
born in
little. Yeah, she didn't start working until she was in her 20s, and she was on contract to Paramount, so that would be early 50s.
early
So
50s.
that's so they're
That's
similar
my
in
era.
age.
My God, that's my era. I'm
Yeah,
going to be
she's
80. I'm going to be 82 next month.
oh, okay. Well, she's 93.
God bless her. She's 93.
Yeah, and she's retired, so she's not really even doing too much.
I think she's got to come on the show and we could talk about the old days in Hollywood.
I'll tell her about it.
I knew so many of the stars that she must have known, the parties I went to, the award shows. I mean, it was your mom and
So
I
we'll
could
see if we can work
no,
it
we
out.
could really bring to 5
But
million 5 million people that watch us weekly. We could bring to them what it was like to live in the world when Hollywood was golden and rich and elegant and wonderful.
I love it.
Because
So let's go
Hollywood
to him.
today, I mean, look at the crap that goes on in Hollywood today. It's just so unnecessary and so trashy. No, back in those days, nobody would behave as some of them do today. Nobody would dare.
Oh, what was that?
Somebody beeping me.
Oh,
But anyway, don't you agree with that? I mean, Cary Grant would never behave like some of the people behave today.
No, no, you're absolutely right, Ron. You've hit the nail on the head, old boy.
I love it. So have you always been good at voices? Like, how did you? Because like, I mean, you're an actor and a voice actor, so you kind of have the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm lucky. I've got a lucky career. I do Colonel Sanders for the KFC brand, so I duplicate Harlan Sanders, and I've done characters in animation and stuff. But like you said, I'm an actor, so what I like to do is do parts in TV and film. The current project that I'm just finishing up is the Big Door Prize. It's a new show on Apple that will probably start up maybe in October, and that's
What's that about? What's
comedy.
that about? What's that show about?
Well, it's a fun story. It's a comedy. It's about a small town in the South, and this fortune telling machine drops into the grocery store one day. It just appears. Nobody knows where it came from, and it basically for a couple of bucks, it'll tell you your true destiny. So this town, the people in the town get addicted to this machine. They find out what their true destiny is as individuals, and it's usually so different from what they're actually doing that it creates this big upheaval and a lot of comedy.
I love it. You know, Twilight Zone did one with William Shatner, where he
Right.
was in a little, I think it was a diner, and the devil came through the machine and was telling him his fortune. I love that one. So I'm going to love your show because it's fantasy. It takes us away from reality, which
Right.
we need today. We need more fantasy.
Right.
And it's
comedy.
going to be
and
fun.
it's comedy.
I mean,
which-
you know, I write,
like
so
that.
I know what you could write about that. That's a funny plot. You
Mhm.
could really run with that, baby. You could do some good stuff.
Yeah. So we're
I'm
just
looking.
finishing up
When is it?
season
When is
one.
it coming on? Give me it again.
The rumor is October. I don't know. I haven't seen it
It's,
real.
and what's it called again?
The Big Door Prize.
The Big Door Prize, sometime in the fall, folks. We all have to
So
watch
now,
it.
are you the actual voice of the thing?
No.
Or Oh.
I play a character. I play a character.
Okay.
It doesn't have a voice, to my knowledge. It just has these little cards. It's
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right,
It gives
that's-
out the little
Yeah.
That's
cards,
what
okay.
they used to have them. You know. What's that?
Sorry,
That's okay. That's his phone.
that's my phone this time.
Oh, I thought I was hearing bells.
You were hearing bells. but
No, I
it's
thought the
okay.
heavenly
You were hearing them
angel.
too. It's only when you hear bells and nobody else hears them that you got to worry.
No, I thought the heavenly angels
Oh
were
my God,
calling
in
me.
the chat room, they're asking if you do female impressions too.
I do Ariana Huffington from the Huffington Post, if you listen to her.
And Dame Judi Dench is also right in my wheelhouse. If you
Oh yeah, Judy,
wanted
I
to.
love her.
really,
I love Judy.
We,
Dench.
we love Judy as an
But
actress.
Yeah, but I don't do a lot of female voices because it always sounds like you're making fun of them a little bit, and I'd rather
Right.
kind of emulate them with respect.
They want to know, how did you know that you could do that?
Well, I discovered it over years that it was something that I loved to play with, and because I grew up in an acting household, we would do voices and accents and characters and stuff. And it wasn't until later when I was in my 20s that I realized, I've been working on this a long time. I have a little bit of a leg up on this market and this skill. So I started auditioning for commercials and TV voiceovers in New York when I was there in the early
So
80s.
that's when you learned to talk like from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I met people
I
like
mean-
you from Brooklyn. I even lived in, believe it or not, I lived in Brooklyn for like a month. So
Yeah, but you know what? When I work, I really put it on and I speak like this. Get over here. What are you doing over there? I don't know what you're up to. Come on, I can't fool around like this no more. What are you doing? Get over here.
He
you-
does a lot of cheesy horror
I
movies.
mean,
though.
I'm gonna blow your brains out in 2 minutes with my gun. What do you think? It's a fake gun? It's a real gun, I'm gonna kill you one day, you
Yeah, you're
stupid
scaring the
joke.
dog. You're scaring the dog.
My dog is scared. But that's what I'm supposed to do in the movies. Now I was in a film where one of the fellas, he was a sweetheart of an actor I was working with. He said, Ron, teach me how to do that. Well, have you ever tried to teach anybody how to do an accent?
it's tricky. Yeah, they really have to want to.
And they stink and they can't do it, and you get frustrated and you keep saying, repeat after me. I don't know no more.
I don't know no more.
Right. And the guy would say, I don't know anymore. I'd say, no. It's I don't know no
No
more.
more. No more. I don't
No
know
more.
no more.
So
Yeah,
how many-
I've worked with professional dialect coaches a couple times to kind of hone in on accents and things like that.
Yeah,
and
they've asked
it's
me
the
to
whole
do
science.
that. Yeah,
How many voices do you think you can do?
More than 12. I don't know. I don't keep track. It's a lot, and it's always growing. And I'm always listening and trying to add to my repertoire.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the acting stuff that you've done. So you
Yeah.
guys, some of the things that you have seen Jim in, he was in There Will Be Blood, The Punisher, Domestic Disturbance. I love that movie. Battlefield Earth, which got terrible reviews, but I loved it.
love Battle.
Great
I
movie.
loved it.
Great movie.
Magnolia, Lost and Found, The
It got
Other
bad
Sister.
reviews, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it
I
too.
thought it was high camp.
And then you guys, he's been in 5 Ron Howard films, including the 5 are The Paper, Apollo 13, Frost Nixon, Ed TV, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So,
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a classic. I mean, that
Yes.
movie plays for it's going to be played for another 100 years.
I have a 6-foot Grinch actually that we put out every year for
and
Christmas.
it's a really good movie. Ron did a brilliant job with that movie.
Yeah, he really did. He really did.
He's a talent.
Are you at the point where you still have to audition, or do you pretty much like get things just because of your experience?
I get offered things occasionally, but mostly I have to audition, which I don't mind. I enjoy working on characters, and now we're all doing auditions from home. So we have a room set up where my wife and my daughter and we're all actors. So we take turns helping one another with auditions. And
well, that's nice.
Yeah, we got a little team, so we all kind of circle the wagons and pound out those auditions as fast as we can. And it's fun.
So do you have a certain film that is like, or 1 or 2 films that have stand out more as like a highlight of some of your favorite things that you've done?
Oh, sure. Well, I worked on a series called Parks and Recreation, and I got to
Great
be
show.
on that show about 6 or 7 times. And I always enjoyed being on that show. It's a funny show, good-hearted show, very silly and funny. And I always had fun stuff to do in it. For TV, I'd say that's been about the most fun. And then on films, Apollo 13, great movie, inspiring, true events. I learned a lot about the space program. I worked for my friend Ron Howard. And it was a terrific experience. So that always stands out. And everybody's seen it too.
Oh, everybody's seen it. Actually, everybody's seen The Grinch too, probably. And I loved Frost Nixon. So
that was
now
good too.
Question: If your mother was not an actress, would you have thought about being an actor?
I might have. That's a good question. But I'm also a visual artist, so I was a cartoonist and an illustrator. I taught myself how to do that stuff, and I worked for Hanna-Barbera, and I worked for Rankin Bass as an illustrator in animation. And then I got real classical oil painting training as well in my 20s before I became an actor. So I would probably be doing something in the visual arts exclusively.
Now, are you a Gemini?
I'm not.
Oh, so you sound like a Gemini.
I know.
No, Gemini.
I grew up with a lot of Geminis, so I took on their accent.
Multi-talented people, Gemini. They're master of all.
Well, I'm a master of a couple. So.
No. You film. You have quite a few attributes. Come on, don't.
You're like killing it, actually.
I got some attributes. Okay, I got some attributes.
Yeah, I'm
not a guy who doesn't have any attributes. I got a couple.
Now I will speak proper English because I'm capable of doing so. I can enunciate and properly speak without saying, "Yeah, you know what I'm talking about."
I don't care. We're just sitting around your house having bagels and coffee.
No, we have bagels and did you ever have Entenmann's crumb cake?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, the powder! I only go to New York. The first thing I do when I go off the plane is I scream to my friends, "Where's my Entenmann?" So now they greet us with a box of Entenmann's, and I eat it in the car.
Time we were in
white
New York,
powder all over me. I don't give a shit.
We brought 2 of them home the last time we were there.
I had my Starbucks coffee and my Entenmann's crumb cake, and I'm happy.
I love it all. So let me ask you a question, because like I'm a huge like my two favorite kinds of movies are superhero movies and horror movies. And I collect all the action figures from it, and I only collect a few comic books. I used to when I was young, but you got to decide one thing or another, because I can't afford to do both, and I like the action figures. But you've been in so many different, especially Batman, because Batman's my thing. Like I collect Batmobiles and stuff. Like, so I've got all kinds of cool stuff. So how is it like being in all those? And like, I'm sure like, do you go to autograph signings and stuff for all that kind of stuff? Because there's such a huge fan base to that whole voiceover, cartoon type thing.
Yeah, I've been to Comic-Con a couple of times, but mostly as a speaker. I've never really delved into the autograph signing thing. A lot of the times the parts I have are not so grand, but I did play Ultron quite a few times in games and on TV, and that's a pretty major Marvel character. I've got another big project coming out that I don't think I can even articulate it. I cannot even say the words, but it's a big franchise that I have a really big role in. But it's fun to be part of things like Batman and those series. Now, I'm not a gamer, so when these performances are done, they're out of my hands, and I never really get to interact with them at all. But I know that gaming is huge. It's bigger.
Yeah, gaming is huge.
Now, every actor I know, and I know plenty, when we talk, I say, "What are you most comfortable performing as?" That's a question for you. What character are you most comfortable performing as?
Well, there's a lot of comfort.
No, the most. In other words, when you get a script, you go, "Oh, this is a cinch. I got this down pat. I don't even have to work on my character."
Well, I always work on the character, and that is the job.
That was good. That was a good answer.
Yeah, but it didn't satisfy my question. It didn't satisfy my question.
I tell you, Ron, I like a variety. I do like changes.
But you don't have one special.
I don't.
See, I play priests. They make me play priest, which I don't understand how I play a priest.
Because you look good.
Well, and mafia all the time, so I'm very comfortable when I play a hood, a racketeer. It comes
Thank
easy
you, Rachel.
to me.
Thank you. She enjoyed me on Whose Line Is It Anyway? I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for
I forgot about that. Yeah, you were on the British version of that, right?
I was on the British version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And they came to New York in like 1991 to scout talent, and I was on the British version, and that was a lot of fun. Speaking of,
I love when the Brits speak American and the Americans speak Brit.
Yeah,
I mean, Michelle Dockery is Dockery is English and quite English, and when she does television here, she's so American. I don't even hear the littlest bit of English. So how are you? Wait, I'm not finished. If you do English, do we hear American in it?
I don't know. You'll have to see. If I start talking in an English accent, like a London accent like this, I mean, you're going to have to pick it apart yourself and scrutinize every syllable and find out if I really have a flaw or not. Now, your British members of your audience would probably detect, just the slightest bit of...
Right.
They love it.
No, it's good. It sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
All right. Good enough then.
I would cast you as an Englishman. You could do it.
I've been cast before as English people, and by casting people who didn't know that I was American. So that makes you feel very chuffed. It's nice.
Absolutely.
Do you know? Can you do an Irish accent?
I can, in fact. Yes, in fact, recently I've had to adopt an Irish accent for a role I was doing with. I can't tell you which one it was, but and I have Irish in my family, so it's really not the most difficult for me, not the most challenging.
I love it.
And once you do an Anglo accent, they all Scottish, Irish, they all come easy.
We had Patrick Bergen on the show 2 weeks ago, and he was in Ireland when we had him on, and he was great. And do you know Olivia Dabo?
Oh, I know the name. Because
she's a voiceover. She's an actress, but she's all like you. She does both, but she's also been a character in a whole bunch of I think DC and Marvel stuff, and so I just thought maybe you would know her. So it's very cool. Okay, so here's a question I like to ask, because you have such a huge resume. Yes, I like that accent too. So you have a huge resume. So
let me hear you do French.
I was saying that just repeating what your friend said. I have a huge resume.
You're fabulous.
Fabulous. Maybe resume is a French word originally. I don't know.
Very good, excellent, and quickly. That's how your brain works. That's good.
I love it. So being in the industry for such a long time, bucket list number one, a male and female actor that you've never had an opportunity to work with yet that you think would be fun to work with, and then number two, if you could have been in any movie ever made in history, what movie would you have liked to been in?
Oh, I would have loved. I'll answer that second one first. Wouldn't it have been great to be in Jaws? I would have loved to have been in Jaws.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good one.
And you would have done well with an English or Scottish accent.
That's true.
No, you could have told me.
It's got a shark reference. They've got a shark out there. They've got it penned up until Quint can go and stick a harpoon through it. And as far as
very good, excellent, you're hired.
Right. As far as I really admire. There's a lot of actors and actresses I admire. I'd love to work with Christoph Waltz, the great Christoph Waltz. He's
Yes.
an Academy Award winner 2 times, which is, a tremendous testament to his ability and popularity.
You don't quit, do you?
That's fabulous.
I mean,
No, he's such a
no.
talent.
You know, it's nice if somebody calls up and he doesn't want to talk to them. He could say, "Oh,
I-
he's not at home yet."
But he's not here. Could you leave a message? Would you call back again? He's very, very busy.
Now
Yeah,
listen,
and,
would you like?
Wait, I want to see what
would you
female.
like to work with Helen Mirren? I adore her.
Yes, I'd love to work with Helen Mirren. She seems very, very charming and
Wonderful
lovely.
actress.
Yeah, terrific actress. Yeah, it'd
But
be
let
lovely
him
to-
pick one that he wants to work with. That's the one you want to work with. I mean, she's fabulous.
I love Helen Mirren.
She's well, I'd love to work with. I tell you what, I'd like to be in a big movie with my wife or daughter. They're both actors, and they're both.
Oh,
terrific.
let's talk about them. We didn't know that.
Tamara Meskimen, my wife Tamara Meskimen. We've been married almost 35 years. It'll be 35
Wow.
years in May.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And she started 15 years ago. She started an acting school here in Los Angeles. It's very good. It's called the Acting Center.
And where is it? Where can we get to it?
Well, you're going to have to take a plane. You, Ron.
No, no.
But you can also go online. Isn't that nice? You can
Yes.
go online.
No, we live in Palm Springs. Her studio is in L.A.
Yeah, it's in LA. Okay. But it's a schlep. Anyway, you can go to theactingcenterla.com and I'll type that in.
Yeah, she'll put it up there for everybody. The Acting Center
Yeah,
LA.com.
because we have a lot of young actors that are looking for teachers and places to go to. So if you post it, I'm sure we can get a lot of students to go.
Yeah, so it's the only acting school in the world, I think, that has eliminated entirely this whole thing of the guru teacher that knows everything and has to tear you a new one in order to break you down and turn you into the actor that they think you ought to be. So they have drills, and you work the whole class time, and people get a lot of benefit out of it. I study there. I've gotten a lot of how to create a character, really feel confident, how to learn your lines more easily, all the things that real actors actually do, successful actors actually do, and none of the horse crap, if you will, of these classes where they talk endlessly to you, or they tell you old stories, or they pick apart your work and criticize the hell out of you, because it's not professional. The professional way is the way they teach it at the acting center.
No, that technique is not teaching, it's critiquing. And there's a difference between teaching and critiquing. I have never taken an acting lesson in my life, and my daughter Deirdre, I told her, never taken lesson. Either you are or you aren't. It's inborn. Great actors, Hollywood.
She didn't want him he didn't want her to get wrecked.
No, Cary Grant
Cary
Grant never took a lesson. No one I know back in the old days. But there are people out there that have talent, but they're afraid, and they need to go to a teacher who can bring out their talent, not critique their talent. And I agree with you.
Exactly.
I hope your wife does that. She brings out their talent. She doesn't critique it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it's the only school that doesn't do that. They just run the students through drills, so the people practice. You get to practice things, and then if you're satisfied, that's it. There's no discussion about, well, you may like that, but that really is not good. So that's all been eliminated, and it's a really successful school. People go online now and they take classes from as far away as South Africa, Australia.
Wow.
And they're very professional people, and they're doing very well. And I know from my own experience, it's a whole lot of fun. But the actual physical school, you asked me before, it's in Sherman Oaks in the Valley, Sherman Oaks, California.
Off of Ventura Boulevard, on it?
Exactly, right off of Ventura Boulevard in
Sherman Oaks, which is very convenient. All of you kids out there that we know who live in Studio City, Jesus, you could walk there.
Yeah.
A few I'm talking about who have asked me for acting schools that I would recommend. I would look into this one because I like what he has said, that they're not going to tell you how bad you are or what you should do. What they do is they tell you, show me what you can do, and let's do it better.
So
that's one interpretation. Yeah, that's pretty close to what I said.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it. I'm talking to certain friends out there that watch our show.
Okay.
Cool. That they believe in me.
Yeah.
I mean,
did you ever watch the TV show The Kaminsky Method?
I watched a couple episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, that shows you a crappy teacher.
No, but it was a very funny show, though.
Very fun. I think it works very well in the entertainment realm to have a crappy drama teacher like Barry. Henry Winkler is in Barry. He plays this horrible acting teacher, and it's very amusing to watch. But you wouldn't want to go through it yourself.
Right.
No, I think
you're right.
I think the character was actually making fun of the teacher. I don't think they were making you think it was serious.
Can you do a German accent?
Yes, in fact, I have done a German accent for a show that will come out, I believe, in June. This is a show called Hunters that stars Al Pacino.
We loved the first season; it was awesome.
Yeah.
In the second season, you will see me playing a German. So
I love that. So we have one of our greatest friends is B. Claudia. She lives in Germany. She never misses a show. So say hi to B. Claudia in German.
Unfortunately, I do not actually speak the language. I'm only.
I mean the accent with the accent though. Yeah, say
accent. Hello, B. Claudia.
There you go.
You
that
be Claudia.
So cool.
I'll be Jim. We'll get along perfectly.
Okay, so go back to a female actress that you would love to work with.
Yeah, female actors I would love to work with. Maybe Olivia Colman. I'm still German, but I don't need to be. Yeah, Olivia Colman would be terrific. My wife and daughter, as I said, Taylor Meskimen is an actress. And
tell us about your daughter.
Tell us about your daughter now.
My daughter is, she's an actress and a singer, and she's an audiobook narrator.
And what's her name? What's her?
Taylor Meskimen.
Taylor Meskimen.
Well, listen, Jimmy. I have people that are listening. I want them to get it right.
Okay, well, it's Taylor Meskimen. She's an audiobook narrator and also does voiceovers and animation and stuff. Somebody's at the door. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah,
how many dogs do you have?
We have three. We have three of them.
2 crazy dogs.
We have 3 crazy ones.
Oh, it's the gardener. It's the gardener. You know, maybe this is a good time to end off. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We love dogs. We have the same thing. If our gardener rings a doorbell, they go nuts.
I'm surprised she's not like freaking out.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Okay. Kind of like fun. So has Taylor? Does she do voices like you do? Like, did you help her learn how to do all the different voices?
She does some accents, and she's not an impressionist, but that's fine. I mean, that's a very personal kind of ridiculous calling. But she does audiobooks and voiceovers for radio and TV, and she's very, very talented, I think. So she's the 3rd generation in our family that's taking up the acting business. So I think she has a lot of knowledge and a lot of skills. TaylorMeskimen.com, is that right? Do we have a website for you?
Tell
her to come out.
Tell her to come and say hi.
Come over here just for a minute and say hi to these guys.
5 million people will be looking at.
Hey, Taylor.
There she is.
Come close.
Oh, look, she's beautiful. You're beautiful.
Come close.
Hi.
No, closer so we could see your face.
You can see her face.
Oh, she is beautiful.
You're beautiful. Hi,
She's
congratulations.
a beautiful girl.
I wish you all the best in everything that you're doing. And I'm gonna look you up because I'm producing like 9 different films. I'm a producer. I'm not an actor. He's the actor, but I'm producing like 9 different films. And so if I have anything that we might be able to use you in, I can get in touch with your dad to get in touch with you, or for your dad too. You never know.
You never know. Or maybe we could get his mom out of retirement for something. 3 of them.
Yeah,
you don't think mom would do it?
Anyway.
I bet if we
Bye, Taylor.
I bet if we offered her something juicy and quick, she'd do it. You know what?
Pretty juicy, pretty quick, but all right.
We never retire. I'm 82 years old in May. I should be dead or retired. I'm not retiring.
Good for you.
Who was the actor we had a very big actor on our show not long ago. Famous one. Who was it that said, I intend to die in front of a camera? And he was like 80 something years older than I.
I forgot. We like the older.
It was a big movie star.
Is he going to be working with Alec Baldwin?
No.
No, Alec Baldwin, somebody's going to murder one day. But no, this actor was, I can't remember who it was. And he said, no, I'm going to die in front of as I said, are you ever going to retire? He said, no, I'm going to die in front of a camera. And I picked that up. And when people say to me, Ron, you're 82, you're going to retire? No, I'm going to die in front of a camera. Because what else have I got? Am I going to sit home and whittle wood? I mean, put boats in a bottle. I mean, what do you do when you're not retired? Look, you're still working. You're not my age, but you're on your way. Now, when you're 82, are you going to work or retire?
I hope to keep working. Yeah, I'm like you. I want to drop
die in front of a camera. So let's talk. Let's talk.
I wouldn't mind if the camera was off. I think that's okay. I don't need that last take. To be on YouTube.
Why? how wonderful it would be. A dying scene that people can't critique. They can't say he was lousy at it.
That's true. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. I don't know.
You're gonna
Yeah, I
get
don't
an
know if he
Oscar.
died, but I didn't really buy it.
You get an Oscar for that performance.
Yeah, a posthumous
Nobody
Oscar.
could beat Ron Russell's dying scene. That's for sure.
So,
But seriously, I'm so intrigued now with your mom, knowing that she played with Cary Grant and stuff. Please talk to her about it and tell her that I have watched that show in brief with my kids, and she was just very, very sweet and momsy looking and very understanding as a mother, a character. Was she like that in real life?
Well, she was different, but she was still a great mom. She was not Marion Cunningham. She was her own character and her own, personality. A very ambitious, hardworking, tough lady, loving and sweet and funny. And she raised my sister and I as a single mom most of the time, and did a great job.
Well, I raised both my daughters singularly, and I respect people that can do it.
Yeah, and
It's
you can read
not
about
e-
her.
not easy.
You can read all about it in her book, which
Oh,
is
she has a
called
book.
My Days, Happy and Otherwise by Marion Ross, which we got her to write. We put her together with a ghostwriter, David Laurel, and they completed this book, which was
Great
released about
title.
4 years
Now,
ago. My Days, Happy and Otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, repeat that title
Days,
again
Happy and
slowly, because
Type it in.
we have
My
we have some old people that watch this show. So say that book again slowly,
I'm just typing it in so that you'll be able to.
there we go.
Put it
My
up.
days,
Yeah.
happy and otherwise.
because we have a lot of people like my age or close to it, and they don't hear so well or get it so quickly.
I'm
And
sorry.
then yeah, right. No, you know what'll happen? I'll get like 9 million emails saying, "Ron, what was the name of that thing?" And I really haven't got the time to answer.
You don't have time for that.
No, well, I mean,
He
I
won't
would.
remember it either.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're right.
He won't remember it.
So you wrote it.
I did not write
wrote
it, but we put my mom together with a ghostwriter named David Laurel.
No, I
and,
mean you wrote it on the screen.
Yeah, no, she's gonna put it up there for us. Yeah,
title.
it's right
No,
here.
I wrote it on-
My days, happy and
It'll
otherwise.
show
Okay,
up
so
there.
everybody my age, if you want to hear about things that went on in our time, I would suggest you buy the book. Soft copy or hard?
Whatever you like. Over
So-
easy.
Is it on that thing where you watch it on the computer and you read it?
Kindle.
What's it called?
Kindle.
Is it
Kindle,
on-
I think probably it is, and it's also an audiobook where you can hear her narrate.
Oh, what's better than an audio book when you're
and
driving?
Ron Howard did the foreword, and he narrates the foreword on the audiobook. Anson Williams of Happy Days, several
Oh.
other people, and myself, and yeah, it's a really lovely book, and it tells about her
Well-
story of getting started in Hollywood at an early
Now,
age.
now that it's on audio, we'll get it because we drive in 2 hours into LA. Like today, we're leaving right after the show to go to a red carpet.
Okay.
And if we had it, I snap it in and we lay back and listen to it.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
we've had Don Most on the show too. He was a great guest. We had a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of fun
yeah.
with him.
Don is great. I've known him since he was about 17 years old.
Does your mother name drop a lot in the book?
Well, I mean, she talks about, I mean, name
But
dropping
that-
is kind of a disingenuous way of putting it, but she
No.
she
I mean name
mentions
dropping.
the famous people, of course. She mentions
Yeah.
the famous people that she
I mean,
worked with.
Our
Yeah, but she
fan-
doesn't kiss and tell.
No kiss and tell. I mean dropping names like hi, I knew Barbara Streisand, that kind of thing, because our fans love that. That's why I'm so popular.
Yeah, we don't see name dropping as a
No,
negative
no,
thing.
no,
at all.
no. They my nickname is Mr. Hollywood, by the way.
Okay.
And that's because I always talk about everybody I knew growing up in Hollywood. My mother was a silent movie actress. I knew
Wow.
Gloria Swanson when I was 9 years old. And Mae Murray was my mother's best friend who made a film with Valentino. So I have a great background history. My sister married a motion picture producer. My daughter Deirdre is an actress. I'm an actor. So we're like you. It's all around us. I
Yeah.
know what the hell I'm talking about. I lost train of what I'm talking about.
That's okay.
There was a point somewhere I was getting to, but I forgot it.
So you guys,
But anyway,
you can
get this book. I
get the
think
book,
it's going
you
to be
guys.
good.
My days, happy and otherwise.
You know what? Get the audio. I'm more excited about the audio than reading the book.
And
Yeah, it's a
follow.
really interesting story. I think you'll like it.
I can't
Ron will
wait.
like it.
I can't wait because I know she's going to talk about so many things that I remember or places I remember.
Oh, they want to know in the chat room. Are you on other social media besides Instagram? Are you on Twitter or any of the other ones?
I am on Twitter, Jim Ross Meskimen.
Okay.
There it
Oh,
is.
there.
In
Oh,
fact,
wow. She got it up there quick.
that
Okay.
was fast for if I could even type it in.
Yeah, I know.
Instagram at Jimpressions. and also on TikTok now. I think it's at Jim Meskimen or just Jim Meskimen on TikTok. We've been feeding TikTok a lot lately, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, I'm on TikTok, even though I'm not.
I'm on none of that crap. Jimmy puts it on. I have no idea what the hell to do. You know, we just bought a Tesla. Listen to this, and we're in the showroom, and the guy is going on for an hour telling us what the car does. And I looked at Jimmy and I said, "Are you ever going to learn this? Because now we have to open our car with our cell phone. I'm going to commit suicide soon because it's not. Oh, that car is ridiculous. That Tesla. I mean, what it doesn't do. I asked the guy. I hate to be vulgar, but I said, "Does it give you head?" He said. He started to laugh. He said, "Well, we'll program that soon." But anyway, I mean, technology today has gotten to a point where you have to really be 10 years old and learning. So
Right.
how do you find TikTok and Instagram and all those other crappy things? How do you know how to do it?
Well, you got to mess around with it. You got to try it out. I like YouTube the best, and that's one thing. That's
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. We have 1 million shows on YouTube. You know, I interviewed everybody from Betty Davis to Lauren Bacall to, I mean, I really interviewed the biggies. And I asked them questions that nobody dare answer. So for all of you out there, if you want, go to YouTube. So many of my celebrity, Chippy Hedren was the best when we talked about Hitchcock. And I love my the Jane Russell.
It's called Set the Record Straight.
If I may interrupt for just a second, Ron, because you're very.
There's Hitch. There's
The
Hitch.
great Alfred Hitchcock. The voice that we've not heard for some.
You go so fast into character. It's amazing how quickly
Thank
you go
very
into
kind.
character.
I hope that you're not the recipient of a blunt instrument anytime soon.
Oh my God, that is so
He's
good.
wonderful. He's really a voiceover
That's a
guy.
really.
I mean, you really have an
character.
ear for voices. You really do.
Oh wait, do
and,
that
and a
again.
uvula for voices as well.
Do it again. Do the Alfred Hitchcock again, and just say you're watching the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
You're watching the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, and isn't there something better that you could turn to?
I'm sure there is.
I'm gonna clip that off. I'm gonna clip that off. And
I'm sure there is. But no, you're really terrific. I mean, I could see why they hire you because you're quick. You know, a lot of voiceover people, they have to warm up, as they say. You're, I mean, no. You could go to a session, sit at a mic, and then just go on and off, which is
Well,
wonderful.
that's all the pros that I work with. They're all fast like that. They're quicker than me. I've worked with the best in animation.
Oh,
and
you're
audio.
quick. I don't think anybody's quicker than you. I don't.
Oh,
think so.
all right, you got me. But
No,
still,
you're
there's
quick.
some very talented people out there, and you have to be fast. It's just like any professional has to.
Jimmy
be able
Stewart. Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart.
I'm trying to finish a statement here, Ron. You're cutting me off worse than that Charlie Rose, for God's sake.
Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart. And a lot of people don't remember Bogart's voice, but they should because
Oh
it's
my
a very
God,
dynamic sort of voice.
You are fucking incredible. Excuse my language, but
Thanks.
you are really the best I've ever heard. Let me
Oh,
give you
very
one. Let me give you one more.
Okay.
James Cagney.
He's not really my wheelhouse. Love Jimmy Cagney though. Love him. Need to study up on him. He was one of those guys that talked so fast, like Noel Coward. They just had a velocity about.
Wait, how about Ed Sullivan?
How about, thank you very much, Ron. Not a lot of people remember the great Ed Sullivan. And so here's the Beatles.
You are terrific. That is.
I'm always recording like you. I have all these.
I
people
could just do a show like this all day. We don't need another. We could just do
in that
this.
channel because we're gonna let you go in a second. But
Oh, wait, one more actor.
Can you do Christopher Walken?
Can I do? Well, yeah. I mean, he's probably one of the most imitated Jimmy actors of all time because he's got this crazy way of breaking up a sentence.
You know, we grew up in the same.
Oh my God,
we grew up in the
that's so
same
good.
neighborhood. I know, Chris. I used to take the subway home with him at night. He
Yeah.
was doing King and I, and we would come back from Manhattan. Chris is a great fellow. His aunt used to give us our birthday cakes in the bakery, Walken's Bakery.
Walken's
I like
Bakery,
Love It.
nice.
Walken's.
Nice. But they had some
I like
great
Love It.
crawlers.
Yes.
No, I did these little bits of to-dos, and people love it. They find a little bit more about their favorite actor.
So you guys followed.
But you are really terrific. If I ever need a voiceover, you're the guy. We're going to hire you in a second.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, you guys. Great talking to you.
Thank you, everybody. Follow Jim
he's
on
going?
Instagram. Yeah, we got to go. It's
Oh,
at Jim
Jim,
Impressions. We want to
Jim, it
thank
was
Harlan Ball real
wonderful.
quick for setting this whole thing up. So thanks, Harlan. Jim,
I had
congratulations.
Jimmy, I really had a very good show, a fun time. I so enjoyed you. You're so talented. What more can I say? But come back again.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
man.
much.
You were
Appreciate it.
terrific.
Bye-bye.
And say
Stay
hi
well.
to say
All
hi
right.
to your mother. Say hi
I
to your
will.
mother from us.
Okay.
Bye, baby.
Yay.
What a fun guy. Do you believe the voices? How he does them so well?
And he does it just like that.
And
on
in a
drop of
second,
dime.
I mean, he just went from Jimmy Stewart to Humphrey Bogart. I mean, God, he's good. And those actors are old-time actors.
So we're gonna